The modern spiritual self-help industry has a profound obsession with ascension. It loves to tell you to look up, to vibrate higher, and to escape the messy, leaden realities of everyday human life. We are flooded with slogans promising that if we just meditate long enough, we can transcend the weight of our current existence. But the ancient mystics knew a completely different truth. The legendary esoteric scholar Manly P. Hall studied every mystery school the ancient world ever produced and kept arriving at the exact same conclusion. The great work was never about accumulating external knowledge, nor was it about escaping the physical plane. It was about transforming the person who is seeking it. The ancient alchemists were not actually trying to turn literal lead into gold. They were trying to turn the unexamined, heavy life into something entirely luminous. The vessel for this transmutation was always the self. The gold was never somewhere else. It was already there, buried beneath centuries of conditioning. Most people spend their entire lives exhausting themselves trying to become someone. True self-realization runs in the exact opposite direction. It is not a process of becoming. It is a process of uncovering. The architecture of the layers. The oracle at Delphi famously had the maxim, "Know thyself," carved above its entrance. In the ancient mystery traditions, this was not casual advice. It was the strict entrance requirement to the highest fields of knowledge. To know yourself means recognizing that the thing doing the searching and the thing being searched for are not two separate things. The problem is that between your everyday awareness and your true self are several thick, structural layers, and we almost always mistake the layer for the core identity. The persona, the superficial mask, and the face you show to the world to navigate social expectations. The ego, the highly structured story you tell yourself about who you are, built entirely out of your past history and preferences. The shadow, the repository of everything you have rejected, buried, and deemed unacceptable about your own nature. At the absolute center of these layers sits what the Vedantic traditions call the Atman, what the Hermeticists called the divine spark, and what Hall referred to as the spiritual sun within. This is your true self, the part of you that was never born and will never die. To reach it, the path does not go flying upward into abstract light. It requires a necessary descent into the dark. Carl Jung called this the night sea journey, the deliberate, courageous dive into the underworld of your own shadow and unexamined pictures. This descent is not a punishment for being unspiritual. It is the essential preparation. The leaden shell of your old persona must be broken entirely before the seed of the true self can grow. The true philosopher's stone. The legendary philosopher's stone of alchemical lore was never a physical substance. It was always a person. The stone is simply a human being who has completed the great work. Someone who has fully transmuted the base elements of their lower, reactive nature into the gold of genuine wisdom. When you achieve this state of awareness, you stop being unconsciously driven by the hunger to become something else. The inner restlessness completely quiets. Self-realization does not make your life easier, nor does it make you less human. It makes you more fully in it. It anchors you so completely in your own spiritual seniority that you become entirely present within the room you are standing in. A realized person transforms everything they touch, not through a display of supernatural power, but through the sheer, unyielding quality of their presence. Weekly reading exercise, The Alchemical Sun. Audit pair up with a reading partner this week, or in your own clairvoyant meditation practice, use your tools of discerning and focus them on the difference between the true self and a dominant sub-personality. You can also ask these questions in a reading with a psychic, Book a session with me if you want to look at these things together. Peeling the mask. Look directly at the outermost layer of the aura and the sixth chakra, the center of the head. Identify the current persona, or mask being run to satisfy the obligations of the outside world. Notice its color, its density, and how much energy it takes to maintain it. The bypassing scan. Look at the lower chakras, or the shadow layer. Check to see if there is a heavy, unexamined night sea journey energy that is currently being bypassed or ignored in a desperate attempt to escape upward into abstract spiritual concepts. Locating the inner sun. Scan past the ego stories and look at the absolute core of the space. Locate the vibration of the Atman, the divine spark, or the spiritual sun. What is its baseline frequency in present time? Is it vibrant, or is it dusty from disuse? Healing focus. Give a healing on the center of the head and the main energy channels. Help blow the pictures and exhausting demands of needing to become someone else. Allow the leaden, unexamined energies in the space to drop, transmuting them into the golden vibration of pure presence. One small step, the presence. Drop the next time you find yourself spiraling into a wave of spiritual restlessness, feeling like you need to escape your life or fix your aura. Hit the pause button. Stop trying to change or spiritualize your current state. Sit squarely in your chair and drop your shoulders. Feel the lead. Notice any heavy, uncomfortable, or dense sensations in your physical body or your space. Instead of trying to vibrate higher to get away from them, breathe directly into the center of them. Claim the core. Ground your first chakra firmly into the earth. Recognize that the part of you observing the discomfort is your timeless spiritual seniority. Say silently to your space, "The gold is already here. I am fully present within this room." Journaling prompts for deep integration. The becoming trap. Where in your life are you currently exhausting your body, trying to become a better, more spiritually advanced version of yourself, rather than simply uncovering the awareness that is already there? The escape audit. Are you using meditation, spiritual tools, or New Age jargon as a subtle escape mechanism from the messy physical realities of your life? Or are you using them to bring full presence into those realities? The quality of presence. If the philosopher's stone is not a magical object but your own awakened presence, how would you meet your most stressful daily relationship or obligation differently tomorrow? From insight to integration, a blog post can spark a revelation, but a practice builds a life. Information without practical application is just nice ideas and doesn't create meaningful growth and change. If the concepts of energetic anatomy, self-remembering, and dynamic boundaries resonate with you, let's take them off the screen and into your daily routine. Join a study group to access the complete library of tools, meditations, and techniques designed to help you run your own energy with absolute precision. Click here to learn more about upcoming study groups. For over 25 years, I have been driven by a single, uncompromising objective: to strip the illusion out of the unseen world and hand total energetic autonomy back to the individual. My work, both in high-fidelity private sessions and study groups, is to help build your own psychic capacity to interface with your lived experience cleanly, autonomously, and without dogma, using your inherent spiritual and intuitive gifts. Book a session.